Hello. Today I'll be presenting a comedic speech about my embarrassing but funny life story. According to dictionary.com, comedy is a play, movie, or etc. on a light or humorous character and where it has a happy or cheerful ending. Well, have you ever had an embarrassing moment or something like that in your life where you wish you could forget it or wish it never happened? Well, today I will be presenting my embarrassing and funny life story that I had when I was younger. It all happened when at this family gathering when I was younger, and I'll tell that story later on. First, I'll be talking about how and when how the incident started. Second, I will be talking about the beginning of the incident, and then third, I'll be talking about how the day ended and how I live on with this moment. So first, it all started at a family gathering on a Saturday. My parents invited all my family friends over, and then they usually would get around here around 3 or 4, it just depended on the weather. Next, I'll be talking about and the outfit I wore was some Nike shoes, I think, cargo shorts, and an American Eagle shirt. And then the food there was frijoles, carne, and arroz.
Right.
And the beginning of my incident, it all started with hide and seek. We usually play hide and seek during the dark, but our parents would never really like that because we could get in an incident or anything. But it was the best and worst experience for us because you can't really see people in the dark. You can't really see me because I'm pretty dark, but it's not the point. Now we come to the tragic, my incident. So it was around where my older cousin was at. He's one of the quickest people we know. Well, he used to be, not anymore. And he was it, and we loved him being it because he was always quick and he would get everybody. And then when he was it, I went to go hide by a boat, my neighbor's boat, because I thought it was the best hiding spot ever, and it was in the dark. And then he looked around there, and he told me that he did see me, but he didn't want to get me, so he just ran off. And then I thought I was all clear and safe around the place, so I kind of like took off, and I started running. And then there's this like cement object behind my house, and I was running, and then all of a sudden I came to a sudden stop, and I hit it, and I did like a front flip, and I landed on my back, and then all of a sudden I just stand up, and I like start crying out of nowhere, and then I run to the light to see what happened, and I have like a big cut on me, and I was like, it hurts. So my mom took me to the hospital, and then the hospital just told me that it was just a little cut, and nothing should be that wrong or anything. So when I got back home, I showered, and then I was just laying in bed, and then my cousins and everything were just watching me. They're like, what happened? They're just like, what happened? And I told them the story, and then I was like, I'm never ever gonna play soccer again. This type of voice, and like crying and stuff. And then they all looked at me and just started laughing, and they're like, you idiot, it's just a little baby scar. And I really didn't want to believe them, but yeah, it was just a little baby scar. So in conclusion, today I spoke about my embarrassing and funny life story about me. First, I talked about how it all started. Second, I talked about what happened during the incident, and then third, I talked about the ending, and how I lived on with it. And then I hope y'all enjoyed my presentation today, and thank you.